Well, I'm going to get to the end of the videos today. I think it's important. I want to start Sunday on a fresh note. A lot to do Sunday. So we're going to start with Harry's Burn. Harry's Burn, I think it goes without saying that Harry Poulton has been on fire, much like Sintra. I think Harry Poulton has found a resurgence in 2022. And man, has he done a great job. All of our trainers have done a great job this year, but Harry just done an exceptional job. Arches Rainbow, she might be in the field, she might not have been a standout, but I like her. She's been a filly that we've liked for a while now. She's starting to get a little skinny, a little beat up, and we gave her some time off. She'll be racing. She'll be in our fall to winter brigade, if you want. We'll be showing up in the winter. Brave World, unfortunately, will be leaving us, I would suspect, on Monday. I had a number of people, these 3 people, message me wanting to buy Brave World, wondering what our reserve was, and I told them I don't need a reserve. I know what he's going to bring. He's going to bring 24 to 28,000. He's probably a decent 30 claimer in some places, but we just don't have that class to race him in Ontario. JK Mickey Mantle will be going to Harry Poulton in Canada. They're short of horses a little bit. Landing Strip is leaving. That we'd sold a couple of horses from Harry's Burn a few weeks ago. So JK Mickey Mantle will be joining the Harry Poulton stable next week. He'll be heading home here probably Monday or Tuesday to race in the Non-Winners of 2 next week at Mohawk. What day is today? Saturday?
Yeah.
I would think maybe Monday would be better. I'm sure they ran a Non-Winners of 2 on Monday. Landing Strip is racing tonight in the Constellation for the Wellwood. Big last half and big last quarter last week. He should be fine. He'll be heading to New Jersey to join the Megan Scran stable in New York for the New Jersey Classic B Division in a week. That guy's going to drive right beside me. That truck sounds like... What about the golden boxing gloves on his mirror? Isn't that cool? Gold chains. So about 2 years ago, I was looking for a vehicle to purchase when I was getting rid of it. That is the one I wanted. I couldn't find it anywhere. I guess I didn't look very hard. Jim told me they're actually quite expensive. Nice vehicle. Locatelli made a break last night, but he made a break on me, and I knew it. I know that James thinks he's push button. James gets along well with him. James is not going to drive in the Maple Leaf Trot. He's going to take Logan Park, who also made a break last night. But I guarantee you, when I get to Mohawk and say to Chris, hey, did James talk to you about Locatelli? He's going to look at me like I'm crazy. He feels push button, but he's not coming out of the gate, and I think he'll be fine. I would have liked to have a real good mile into him last night, but I think he'll be fine he's not going to be fine. He's going to be long odds in the Maple Leaf Trot, but you know what? We bought him to race against these horses, and he's going to have to start racing against them at some point. We knew his 4-year-old year was going to be difficult. We didn't just buy him to be a 4-year-old. And I think you don't have to look any further than Kings County for a horse that would come on with age. Locatelli's got a big, heavy frame, and he is going to get better and better and better and better with age. Cool car. I didn't know they were that expensive. I can see why. You can hear how powerful the car is. Sounds like a plane. Probably best I don't own a vehicle like that anyway.
You think?
No free lunch. As I said earlier on, No Free Lunch is getting back on his feet now. Just a very weird situation where his blood... So I had said this in a couple of videos. His differential was flipped. For those of you that know what I'm talking about, it's hard to explain. It flipped, it reverted properly for about 10 days. We were ready to start him back up, qualify him, and race him, and it flipped back, which was so weird. I've never seen that happen with a horse. He did get a little rest. It's not the end of the world, but as I said to Harry, enough with the blood. He's going to school Tuesday. We're going to see how he looks on Tuesday. We're not racing his blood. Technically we are racing his blood, but we're racing him. Want to see how he looks on Tuesday. Nothing But a Dreamer is also upsettingly, we're going to miss because of the traffic on the bridge, we are going to miss the first race from Mohawk. We're going to miss Nothing But a Dreamer. But we're all going to cheer him on and watch him, hear him, and Landing Strip. Resolute Bay was awesome the other day, and that rhymes, by the way. But, nice horse. I told everybody he would get better and better and better. I know that there was a time. I want everybody to remember back 6, 7, 8 weeks ago when people were dumping shares of Resolute Bay because they thought he was no good. I think people need to understand that these horses, especially trotters, I've told everybody since the day we bought him and brought him in the barn as a baby that he was immature and that he was getting stronger and bigger and it would take time. I told you at the start of the year when we put him away, I said, hopefully he comes out. Remember back when he was a 2-year-old, he was waddling around in the Prospect series, barely functioning. Then he came out as a 3-year-old and looked really good, but you can see that this horse is going. What's wrong? Traffic?
Skyway. Disgusting.
We have to go over that, don't we?
Yeah.
And it'll be all right by the time we get there. You know what we're going to do?
Okay.
Now that we're already going to miss race 1, we're going to stop for a little Starbucks up here,
Okay.
take our time, and just be happy.
Yep.
There, that's what we're going to do. Where's that? We got the one I mean where there's a... It's on the... No? It's a rest area up here.
I'll find it. Oh,
I was hoping you'd do that.
Yeah.
I was hoping you'd do that.
I know what you mean.
I was like,
right by the spa there.
Yeah, that's the one exactly. So, Resolute Bay, and that's not to rub it in anybody's nose. I just want everybody to understand that these horses, you might hear me just talk about Locatelli and say, Anthony, the horse is 4. Trust me when I'm telling you, Locatelli's best races are ahead of him also. You can't, think of it this way, when you get to the major leagues, that is not your best year, ever. Your best years are ahead of you. Right? You look at, now I'm a Toronto Blue Jays fan, look at Vladimir Guerrero. He looked like a big walrus when he came up because he was a 19 or 20-year-old kid. Now he's starting to look lean. Actually stole 3 bases this year. It's hard to believe if you'd have seen him when he come up. Because athletes, when you work at that top level all the time, there's that little something you got to put on. You got to lean up a little bit. You got to put a little bit more muscle on so that your body is at 100%. And with your body at 100%, you are not the same human and you are not the same horse. And Locatelli is not there yet, and he is 10 times bigger than Resolute Bay. So I need everybody to understand that. Resolute Bay has a brother that's a world champion. He's already winning 55. He shows quarters in 27. And trust me when I tell you, his best days are ahead of him. Sintra, his best days are behind him. But I can tell you what, the coolest thing about him is that you're going to see it from time to time. He's going to go into a funk at some point. We're going to have to protect him and race him in a place where he belongs. But Sintra will always get on a run at some point, and flashes of the horse he was. We were so lucky to see flashes of... I can only imagine what it was like to be Jody Jamieson and drive this horse, or Dave Benary and race him. Because as a 9-year-old, he is still one of the most impressive horses I've ever sat behind. Just the total package, class, speed, talent. And that will come and go with this horse. But yes, his best days are behind him. But he's still got some real good ones ahead of him too. So that is Harry's Burn. We'll be back in a minute. We get all the burns. We get Starbucks. We're going to watch Nothing But a Dreamer on the phone. I won't watch it. I'll just listen to it. I'll talk to you all soon.